the United States now, and after a big win in the Illinois primary, it's looking increasingly likely that Mitt Romney will secure his party's nomination to run against Barack Obama later this year. The president is stepping up his fundraising efforts as he seeks to re-energise his supporters. Last year, Lateline visited the city of Scranton to examine a drop in Barack Obama's support in the key swing state of Pennsylvania. 4 months on, North America correspondent Craig McMurtry has returned to the working-class city for its big St Patrick's Day parade and to file this update on the political mood there now.
In the northeast Rust Belt, America's electric city wakes up to its big parade day. Dressed in their church-going finest, the good Catholics of Scranton make their first call, morning mass at St Peter's Cathedral. After enduring years of decline and the ignominy of having their town dubbed the armpit of Pennsylvania, cheap housing and a more affordable lifestyle are luring young families back. Scranton, like the rest of America, is enjoying a fragile revival. And this St Patrick's Day, there's much to be thankful for.
The economy has gotten a little better. The perception of voters, maybe more important, is that it's getting a little better.
Their great-grandparents were Democrats, and that's just the way it is, you know. There was an old joke that if you voted Republican, you had to go to confession if you lived in Scranton.
It's the biggest celebration of the year for this predominantly white working-class town, a town that has always been a Democrat stronghold. Blue-collar Scranton is the sort of place a political leader like Barack Obama has to hold to carry the battleground state of Pennsylvania and hang on to the White House. More than 12,000 are marching. When we were here 4 months ago, many Democrats were saying to us support for Barack Obama was worryingly soft. We're back on Parade Day to see how the people here feel about their president now, including Occupy veteran protester Steve Simko. Last time we met him, the unemployed 63-year-old was unsure if he'd support Barack Obama again. But now he's signed up as a campaign volunteer for the president, even though he's still searching for that job.
He's showing now that when he's re-elected as president, he's going to be the man that we really thought he was.
So you don't blame Barack Obama for not being able to find a job?
I blame everybody else, I guess.
Another Occupy member isn't nearly so forgiving. Jennifer Crott says she was never super political until 2008 and Barack Obama. Once a registered Republican, she says she nagged her friends to vote for him and cried when he won.
I don't know that I feel that way anymore. I feel like Obama didn't have the courage to stand up to the Republicans. That began to sort of put a chink in his armor as far as I was concerned. And I'm sort of starting to feel like he's, you know, kind of a tool of the powers that be. I don't feel like there really is any change. I'm sort of disgusted with him, and I'm not voting for him again.
I think the president is actually stronger today than he was when we last spoke. And I think it's because the people have had a chance to see the Republican candidates.
4 months ago, Scranton's Democrat Mayor Chris Doherty described Republican frontrunner Mitt Romney as a very serious candidate and a legitimate political threat to Barack Obama. Now the mayor thinks the former governor is less impressive and has taken longer than expected to wrap up his party's nomination. But he believes the Obama campaign still has two significant liabilities: a continuing lack of enthusiasm among the young.
4 years ago, young people were just inspired to get involved on their own. They didn't have to be prodded. No one had to ask them or to say, would you please help in our campaign? They wanted to be part of the campaign. I still think they have to overcome that hurdle.
And another emerging problem of rising gas prices.
Because the summer's coming, that's when families go on vacation. If it's at $4 or $4.50, there'll come a point where the average person is going to say, I can't afford to do the certain things I'd like to do.
There's no strict correlation between gasoline prices and whether a president loses.
4 months ago, pollster and commentator Professor Terry Madonna was reporting that a majority of Pennsylvanians wanted a change at the White House. He's surprised at the turnaround he's seeing.
in our state, he's not doing as well. But on a pivotal question that we at pollsters ask, do you think that President Obama should be reelected, or do you think it's time for a change? For months, that question, more than half the voters said time for change. Now it's under 50%. So he is doing better.
Vince Galco is a Scranton local who also happens to be a Republican campaign consultant. The 39-year-old thinks rising gas prices will hurt the president and believes Republicans can make inroads in Scranton because the Democrats here don't fit the national profile.
This is a very pro-life, pro-traditional marriage, strong national defense, limited government community, very strong Second Amendment and sportsman community. So they often lean more towards the Republican side on those issues.
Hello, Scranton! In another sign that Scranton is once again shaping up as an election bullseye, the president came to town last year, packing out the local high school gymnasium.
We want an America where hard work is valued and responsibility is rewarded.
Barack Obama presented himself as a champion of working Americans, an effort to reconnect with the voters who turned out in droves for him 4 years ago.
We are America. We get back up, we fight back, we move forward.
Steve Simko had a front row ticket.
It was very inspiring. He's become more aggressive, which he should have been from the start.
But 25-year-old Alex Latorto couldn't be bothered. He describes himself as a stray Democrat.
We're the folks who would go out and go door to door and get lawn signs out for him. And my mom isn't making phone calls for him this year, and it's a difficult situation for us. I don't know who I would vote for.
He won the state by a double-digit margin 4 years ago, but Pennsylvania is far from a sure thing for Barack Obama this time.
In 2008, he did really well in Scranton. Do you think he'll do well here again?
Probably not, but I mean, there's hope.
Not sure.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm just not sure now. Because of the economy, I guess. Tough. Everything's going to be tough.
In Scranton, turnout will be crucial. Parade day's over, but the presidential election season is just warming up. Craig McMurtry, Lateline.